a network of people who are working together to fight poverty and strengthen our communities.
And I am the Director of Development for the Coalition for Compassion and Justice.
My name is Claire Luge. I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator with First Things First.
My name is Levi Mason, and I work as the Operations Coordinator here at Ecos Institute.
I'm Erica Stone, and I am currently the Program Manager for the Yavapai County AmeriCorps project.
Well, my name is Tammy Bowler. My current position is Director of Operations.
My name is Maggie Garvey. I'm the Program Director for Serve Yavapai, Serve Tucson, and now what we're calling Arizona Serve.
So my name is Ben Olson, and I'm the Program Coordinator with Serve Yavapai.
My name is Laura Procetta, and I am the Operations Manager for La Tierra Community School.
My name is Shauna Cole, and I am a Resource Family Specialist at Arizona's Children's Association.
One Street,
First Things First, Prescott Area Women's Shelter,
Youth Count,
The U.S. Veterans Initiative,
For Women's Empowerment Breakthrough.
the Coalition for Compassion and Justice.
I mean, I would say in a very big way we have expanded the capacity of nonprofits here.
VISTA has become a really integral part of this community, of the effort of service providers in this community to, kind of meet their goals and to address community needs. And I think one of the really neat things about this area is that a lot of VISTA alumni do stay in the area and continue to give back.
I would say that my experience as a VISTA was absolutely littered with those opportunities to sit back and say, man, this is actually doing some good.
I think really what VISTA has done for this community is take some of the really good ideas, some of the ideas that everyone has wanted to be able to move on but hasn't had the capacity to do so, and put some energy behind them.
I don't know what skills I gained from my VISTA experience, because it's pretty much all of them. I didn't really have any skills coming into it, so to identify one particular benefit or skill set that I gained from it, it's really difficult.
Through working with the Prescott Area Women's Shelter, I pretty much learned everything that it takes to start a nonprofit and to get it up and running. So grant writing, fundraising, doing outreach to the community, getting comfortable giving presentations, soliciting for donations, even down to what it takes to create a board of directors and write the bylaws and articles for the board. And
I learned how to interact with various groups of people and to collaborate. I learned what collaboration was and how to get things done in a group setting, because it really takes the community to make positive and sustainable change.
From a academic sense, understood institutional poverty, understood a lot of the elements that played into that, but working with that population really deepened my understanding and made it much more personal.
I think the other thing I really learned was that there was no real need to be super scared of or intimidated people who are at the top of some of these organizations, because we had them all at the table.
VISTA members learn to grant write, they learn to fundraise, they learn what community outreach means, they learn, some of them learn very basically how to conduct themselves as a professional in professional environments. What does it mean to have a disagreement with my boss and figure it out in a way that's professional? They learn all sorts of those kind of nitty-gritty skills, but I think the number one thing that a lot of our VISTA members take from a year of service is giving themselves permission to own how capable they are. A lot of folks come out of college and they feel like they're really capable. They feel like they could jump right into a working professional job, but the access isn't there. There isn't that job available to them, and they're not quite sure how to say what it is that they're good at on their resume. And a year of service highlights what it is that folks are good at. And when folks leave national service, they leave knowing, this is what I'm good at, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm passionate about, this is where I have fuel to help move things forward in the community.
I think that it would have been extremely difficult for me to get this opportunity without having been a VISTA. there wasn't anybody that was willing to give me the opportunity to do this work, and VISTA did that.
I would absolutely not be able to have a job like I do today with the state of Arizona if it weren't for AmeriCorps VISTA.
One of my hopes was that the experience would provide me with new connections, that there would be some networking that would go on that would potentially help my career beyond the VISTA year. And I have to say emphatically that that definitely happened.
But definitely the connections that I made through VISTA helped to get me this job. And so I think my life would have taken a very different turn had I not been a VISTA member.
The opportunity, really, to do good, meaningful work for an organization that I feel deeply about.
You know, now I've lived here for 4 years, and I really have a career path and a community and a skill set that I never really imagined.
I finished my term of service and knew that what we were doing with the VISTA program at that time was the beginning, the tip of the iceberg of what was possible in this community, and the demand that I was seeing in these communities was inspiring almost, because I kept thinking, if we could bring in more people to do more work, we could do so much here.
Really, I fell in love with this organization. I mean, I had some challenges over the course of my year. Definitely had some frustrating points, as all members do. And coming out of my year, felt this was an organization with a lot of very passionate people, a lot of potential, and really loved the culture of the organization, and felt it would be a good place for me.
As I got involved so heavily in the nonprofit and social service sectors here, I wanted to stay involved and stay committed to them.
Because it gives you a built-in sense of community. Now, there are other AmeriCorps VISTAs that are serving with you in the same community, and that is huge.
Mentoring and an ear outside of the goings-on, the inner workings of the organization, having someone that I could go to and say this is what's going on, and also a sounding board to have regular one-on-ones that I had.
I tell you, the leadership at Serviabapai is just fantastic.
There are all sorts of kind of really easy things to point at and say that's what VISTA built. But there's also kind of the intangible things of I now see a community that's more prone to working together. That's their default mechanism is to think, how do I be more inclusive in making these decisions?
I'm very grateful for AmeriCorps VISTA because it guided me to understand myself better, to utilize my strengths, to comprehend my passions, and to really apply myself in a meaningful way. And so I would recommend AmeriCorps VISTA to anyone, and I do.
Being a VISTA member and my VISTA service was a very humbling experience, and I think that a lot of, myself included, a lot of people go into it thinking, okay, this is my opportunity to really save the world and to change the world, and it's going to, A is going to lead to B, which is going to lead to C. And what I found out was that it's a lot more complicated than that, and the world is a lot more, requires a lot more dedication and investment in finding out the root of a problem, and to not just putting a Band-Aid over an issue.
I think when rural communities face the challenges of what's coming and what's here, meaning a crisis in housing, a crisis in food security that we haven't seen in years, VISTA becomes one of the lines of defense.
I would strongly suggest that anybody that's looking at service considers this project.
I think everybody should have an AmeriCorps experience, particularly a VISTA experience.
AmeriCorps VISTA, just go for it.